Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you're having an amazing day, an amazing week so far. My week is going pretty awesome. I'm actually helping out at the school this week with English conversational because obviously I live here in Slovakia. English isn't a first language or second language even, and some of the kids need to actually practice what they've been learning. So I'm there just to have a chat with them. We make jokes, we play games, and it's absolutely awesome. I love it. I obviously don't charge anything or anything like that. I just love it. It's awesome to me. I like to get to know people, and I'm having a great time. So that's awesome. Apart from the internet going down this week, my week has been absolutely fantastic, and I hope yours is as well. Today we are reacting to the juiciest homemade Birria Quesa tacos. I probably butchered the life out of that pronunciation, and I do apologize for that, but this is a recommendation from somebody by the name of Scott White. Scott's emailed me a few times. We've been bouncing emails back and forth. My email address is down in the description if anyone wants to email me, and Scott's actually going to be sending me some spices and some chilies and stuff like that to try and make these tacos. They look absolutely delicious from the thumbnail, and he sent this video to me. He said, Jono, check this out. So that is what I'm going to do. I apologize for my shiny head. I am sweating like a pig. And before anyone's like, Jono, pigs don't actually sweat. I know pigs don't sweat. It's a saying. I can't think of anything else to say I'm sweating like a. I am sweating. It is hot. I am not complaining. I am loving it. But yeah, I just want to let you know, I'm sorry if you see this vest turn dark gray. I am sweating big time. And that's enough of that. If you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if you're feeling extra frisky, you may as well hit the like button as well. I do have a buy me a coffee page linked down in the description for anyone who wants to buy a coffee, and for everyone who has bought a coffee, I want to thank you so much, but please do not feel any obligation to do so. I want to thank my patrons, the guys who've signed up today. You guys are freaking legends, as are you all, for watching these videos. But the names would have come up at the beginning of this video. Thank you so much. And speaking of Patreon, that's also linked in the description if you want to check it out. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's check out the juiciest homemade Birria Quesa tacos. Sorry.
Today we're going to be making birria tacos. Now, let's talk about this. There are a lot of ways to make this. There's a very specific way that I prefer them, which is with the consomme, which is technically not like the consomme that I'm imagining. The consomme I imagine is like clarified in French. You essentially get a rich, sort of slightly thick soup that you then dunk in
oh
this
my
rich
God.
patty cheese.
Look at those. Even in this heat, I could eat those. I don't actually know what's in there yet, but that looks amazing.
But we're not just going to do tacos. We're going to make them queso tacos. It's a quesadilla and a taco.
So queso,
What more could you possibly want? You've seen images of this dish all over the web. It's taken the internet by storm, and there's a good reason for it. It's one of my favorite taco dishes of all time. So with all that said, let's make this, shall we?
Right, so birria is traditionally served at celebratory occasions. So that goes to show the amount of attention to detail and love.
Oh my God, I would celebrate my fish being able to swim, my dog being able to take a crap on the grass, my cat being able to scratch my sofas. I would celebrate anything just to eat those. They look delicious.
Into this, pay close attention. First, we're gonna snag us 5 ancho chilies, 5 guajillo chilies, and 2 chili de arbol. De arbol, if you want me to pronounce it. Right. Take those dried boys, remove their stems, and de-seed them. The original birria is typically made with goat meat, which is lovely, but I decided to opt for beef on this, hence Derez.
Goat meat is amazing. I don't know if anyone's ever had a goat curry. When I was working in London a lot, there was a Jamaican restaurant, like takeaway there. And the lady in there could make the best goat curry ever. It was delicious. I would get that as often. If ever I was even within a little radius, or quite a big radius of that place, I would stop there just for the goat curry. It was so good.
Meat, which is lovely, but I decided to opt for beef on this, hence Derez. You'll need 1 pound of boneless chuck roast, 3 large beef short ribs with the bone attached, or 1 pound of boneless short ribs, and 2 large slices of oxtail, about 1 pound as well. See what we're doing? It's even amounts. 1 pound, 1 pound, 1 pound. Season those all generously with salt. In a large pot, add enough oil to coat the bottom, something high heat like canola, and heat over medium-high heat until screaming hot. Add your meat in batches and sear about 2 to 3 minutes on all sides until you get a nice, beautiful, deep brown crust all over each piece of meat. meat. Repeat with all of your meat,
so
placing
good.
it to the side as
Just
you
as
work.
it is.
Look, color is so important here. Please, no gray meat, all right? This isn't Grey's Anatomy. Now look at that lovely fond on the bottom of the pot. That's what you want. Now discard of any burned oil left in the bottom. Add another couple tablespoons of neutral tasting fresh oil. Place that back onto medium heat. Then add 1 chopped yellow onion. Saute that just until it begins to soften. Then add 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of tomato paste. Cook that down until the paste begins to darken and stick to the pan. Then add 8 cloves of sliced garlic. Saute until fragrant.
8
Then add
cloves.
2.5.
This is my kind of recipe. I hate it when someone says in a recipe, don't use too much garlic. It can be very overpowering. Shut up. Put as much garlic as you want in there. I love garlic. We eat so much garlic. We got our vegetable garden, and the most of anything that we are growing in there is garlic and onions, actually, because I love both of them.
Begins to darken and stick to the pan. Then add 8 cloves of sliced garlic. Saute until fragrant. Then add 2.5 quarts or 2.25 liters of a rich beef stock. Please make your beef stock for this. All right, I'm tired of saying it. It's the heart and soul to so much of the flavor here. Also, maybe get a pot that's big enough because Papa did not, and now he has an extra dish to clean thanks to his negligence. From there, add your dried chilies. Then separately get a piece of cheesecloth, and in the center, add 1 tablespoon or 8 grams of black peppercorns, 1 tablespoon or 5 grams of toasted coriander, 1 cinnamon stick, and 6 bay leaves. Fold all the sides together and tie tightly with cheesecloth, and now you have a little sachet of flavor. Toss that in your stew, bring that up to a light simmer, and cover it with a lid and braise for 1 hour, stirring occasionally.
This is completely different to what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be just frying all the ingredients. I had no idea. This looks awesome. It looks really detailed. I didn't think it was going to be that intense, but it's pretty awesome. So
once that hour is up, fish out them chilies. Then place them in a blender along with a cup or 2 of your liquid and blend until smooth. You'll get a nice vibrant orange puree. Pour that back into your stew, bring it back up to a simmer, then place the lid on and braise for an additional 1.5 hours or until your meat is so tender that it jiggles at the mere sight.
Oh my god, that looks
of your
so
bones.
good.
Now remove the meat, discard of any bones, and shred the meat and fat together as chunky or as fine as you'd like.
Keep the
I like
fat.
mine sort of medium fine, some chunks for variance, but mostly nice and thready and emulsified with its fat. Season your leftover broth with salt, leave it to the side. It's also called consommé, but not to be confused with the clarified French stock known as, consommé. Now we're ready to assemble.
That looks like it's got the best deep, rich flavor. Like, it just looks so good.
Consommé, but not to be confused with the clarified French stock.
I could eat that on its own with some bread.
Consommé. Now we're ready to assemble our Quesa tacos, but first let me have a brief discussion with you. In order to pay our respects properly, do yourself a favor and get Oaxaca cheese. It is, in my opinion, the best way to enjoy these. You just can't have these without Oaxaca cheese. And be sure to tear it into little threads like this, both for easy melting and some...
I will Google it after this. Is that sheep's cheese or goat's cheese or something? Just out of curiosity, because it looks very similar to sheep's cheese strings that we get here. The same sort of texture and stringiness. I don't know though.
Childhood string cheese like nostalgia. Anyway, use the freshest corn tortillas you can find. Corn tortilla guide coming soon, I swear. Then dunk your corn tortilla in the broth completely, which should have a vibrant thick layer of reddish orange fat floating on top that'll coat the tortilla nicely. And when dunking, try to be careful when you're holding onto these or else... Place it on a medium cast iron skillet, set over medium heat. Top that with a generous amount of your shredded Oaxaca cheese. Let that cook just until the cheese is nice and melted. A blowtorch helps too. Then on one side of your tortilla, add a generous helping of your braised shredded meat. Drizzle a large spoonful of your consommé onto your meat. Really let it soak it up. Fold your taco over and let it cook for 1 to 3 minutes. Flip and toast the other side until both of the sides have been toasted nicely and the cheese is completely melted. Finally, to serve these bad boys, get a small ramekin or bowl, fill it with your broth or, consommé. Top with some finely diced sweet onion and rough chopped cilantro, and all that's left to do is get your melty, meaty little man, dunk it in your consommé.
Oh, I'm so hungry now.
Problems.
That looks amazing. Look at that. Oh, man.
Dunk it in your...
I hope you guys are sitting down, boys, because I don't want to be responsible for someone kicking you out because of a unruly thing for this foodgasm we're experiencing.
Fade away.
That looks so good.
These tacos are coveted by both the culinarian world and the internet for a very good reason. So without further ado, the proper way to eat these is to dunk. You want it to be messy, all right? Don't be a little baby. Only a little baby can be a little baby. You ever think about that? Okay, I got Kate to stop talking. Anyway, I have to get in the mood again, I'm sorry. Oh, that gets you in the mood, all right. Yep, the exterior crunch and yet subtly...
He said get messy. He didn't have one drip of the sauce or anything on his mouth. I can guarantee you if I was to say get messy when I'm eating something, that is going to be drenched in my beard so that when I go to bed at night I can just joking, that's gross.
Soft tortilla, soaked, the spicy, fatty stew. The meat is ultra tender. The cheese is ultra cheesy. That, you know, it's a quesadilla and a taco, queso taco, that's what it is. I'm not gonna claim that this is ultra authentic traditional. I'm sure that there's gonna be some grandmother that's watching this that's like, oh my God, this white guy is being white again. All I have to say is if you don't have something like this in your area, this is as close as you might be able to get at home with pretty low effort. That's something to be proud of. I hope that's helpful. Papa love you. But do you want...
Scott, thank you so much. I'm not going to watch the last bit because there's quite a bit of music playing in there from the sounds of things, and I don't want to get copyright and demonetized as per usual. But thanks, Scott. That looks actually, mate, that looks amazing. I had no idea. I thought what you were going to show me was a bit of fried meat. Just fry it up, whack it in there, excuse me, with a bit of cheese and eat it. That looked good. That looked so good. I can't wait to try that. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And the nice thing is, I think I can get the majority of those non-traditional spices, if that makes any sense. Like I can get the pepper and the bay leaves and stuff like that. Obviously, I mean, hopefully those are available in every country, but I can get those here. So hopefully I'll be able to do this recipe and you proud, mate. So thank you so much for your suggestion, and thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your time. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.